Well, next up this morning, I'm delighted to say we have a man who has had so many big name successes to his name in his career in America. Breeders' Cups, Florida Derbies, Kentucky Derbies, Preaknesses, and a Haskell as well. Rick Dutrow is here. He's got White Barrio going in the Saudi Cup on Saturday. Welcome to Saudi Arabia, Rick. It must be a big thrill to be here with such a big chance in such a big race.
It sure is. I came here a couple times earlier, and they were talking about putting a big race up here, and now we're here to try to win it. It's unbelievable.
And how impressed have you been seeing, if you've been here previously, seeing the facilities and how the whole race course and infrastructure has changed in recent years?
Haven't noticed. I just kind of been at the barn with the horse. I haven't even drove around or anything like that. Just kind of just being around him, you know.
And how's he been doing? How's he taken the journey over?
He's been good. He's been good. It took him a day or two or three to get over the trip. But yesterday was the best day he's had as far as his feed tub goes. But he had been eating good up to that, but now he's burying everything. So we're very happy with him.
And as a character, is he quite a laid-back horse that's quite adaptable to new situations?
He's kind of horse that he doesn't want you messing with him. He doesn't want you petting him. He doesn't want you doing all that kind of stuff. But when you put your rider up there, he is nothing but class. I've had probably 7 or 8 different riders on him, and when they come back, it's just, they're in awe of him. He just, I don't know, he just must give them a great feeling when they're on him. But when you go in the stall and all that kind of stuff, all business. He doesn't want to play around. He's all business.
And you inherited him last year. He's now a 5-year-old, but he seems to be, since you've taken him over, be in the form of his life.
Well, that's for sure. I mean, there was just a couple minor adjustments that we made with him, and they just happened to work out really well for him. The glue-on shoes, I think, is what kind of sealed the deal for him. We did that after his mile run. We knew that we had to make some kind of changes with his front feet because he wasn't level, wasn't even, and we couldn't do anything as far as a regular blacksmith. So we had to bring Ian in to kind of speed up the process to give the horse every chance that he could be himself. So it really worked with him.
And just talk us through the 3 runs he's had from you. It was a big run first time out in the Met Mile when he ran third. He got rolling late but was finishing really strong.
He ran a big race that day. He had the outside post and he broke so sharp he kind of broke too quickly for himself because he came out over top of himself, and it took him a couple strides to get himself back together. Then, it was in a tough spot, tough race, Cody's Wish and a lot of other ones in there, but we were extremely happy the way that he finished his race. He did it with some encouragement. He come running through the lane. We were very happy with him. And after the races was when I really got, you get a chance to see how they come out of the race, and you get a chance to know them better. And then we went with the glue-ons, and then we knew that we were training better because, the riders, they got on him before and after, and they could just feel better. So we were very happy with that, very happy. And then we went up to Saratoga, and he ran a big race up there. And then after that race, Ian said, "Rick, I think we should glue him on behind." And I says, "Man, I'm licking my lips everywhere," because Ian is an expert. So we did bring Irad over to breeze him, and I kind of waited until Irad could come breeze him before we sent him out west. And I didn't say anything to Irad, and I just put him up, let's do the basic stuff. And he come back and says, "Rick, something is better here. I don't know what it is, but he's better." So I figured that it worked behind too,
So through the Saratoga race and the Travers, through the Breeders' Cup coming here, you feel you've got him peaking at the very right time.
I feel that he's got him peaking at the right time.
Okay.
He kind of takes care of himself. When you throw Emily up, or any one of the riders, I give him so many different options to get things done, and he takes control of these options, and it's all good stuff. I don't never say, "Hey, go start here, end up here, do this, that." I kind of let it up to him. And he is taking us there, so he's easy to train.
And take us back to the Whitney as well. I think he didn't just clock a fast time that day, but gave you quite a nice birthday present.
Well, I got to tell you, we were just training him the regular way at Belmont on the training track. And, it was his first breeze or two after he had run in the Met. And we do basic stuff, and he went a half in like 52 and change. It was beautiful. We're fine. Then the phone starts ringing. "Hey, Rick, we got 3 horses in the Whitney." I said, "Okay, who are they?" So we thought we had a good chance of beating a couple of them. We wasn't expecting or hoping to beat Cody's Wish, but you know, 2 turns at Saratoga might not have been Cody's Wish's game, who knows, but we did take a chance. But I never got to breeze him for the race. So, you know, like 10 days without breezing, and you just show up, and we did breeze him the morning of, and IRAD happened to be there watching. It wasn't by plan. I wasn't even up there. I was back home. I was on my way up. I had to train at Belmont and then come up. But IRAD caught it, and he was wondering if we were going to scratch. You know, he calls me, he says, "Babe, what are you doing?" I says, "Well, we're just trying to win a race, man." You know, so it worked out unbelievable. So seeing that happened, I repeated the same process for the Breeders' Cup. I didn't breeze him for about 11 days up to his race, and we blew him out through the lane, and it worked again. And when I knew that we were coming here, and it was like 11 days before we come, I says, man, they're playing right into our hands because we don't need to breeze him there. We play the same game. And right now, I think, like yesterday and today, I feel that he's over the trip. I feel he's himself now.
Yeah.
So I feel that by not breezing him, gives him more steam. He keeps adding and adding and adding. So we do plan on breezing him the day that he's in. And I know the main track is closed, but we did take him to the little track there twice to jog him. I'm going to take him over there and jog him Friday, and then Saturday I'm going to blow him out through the lane there. And this is all by design, only because of what happened at Saratoga. You know, you never
very
know.
unique to him.
Yes, you never know about things until you try, and then when you do try them and you see that they work, you want to keep them in that zone.
Yeah.
So that we got so lucky that it worked for us, and it's so easy to do it again and again.
And the Breeders' Cup, it was a strong field, it was a strong pace, but he got a beautiful seat up at about 4th, and he travelled so smooth all the way.
He makes his race. I mean, he broke good, and IRAD just had him, and everybody watching the race could see on the backside when IRAD looked over, and he seen that he could move outside. That's when that race was over.
Yeah.
And it just guided. He didn't have to make a move. He just guided him there, and then he's just setting. Because he knew he had the leaders, and is anybody going to come? And nobody was coming, and we started getting excited.
And when did this race come onto your radar? When did you think, okay, let's give Saudi a go?
At the quarter pole at Saratoga, that's when I started thinking about this race, and I also was thinking, we have got to have a fresh guy when we get there. Let's give him 3 months, run him into breeders. Then we got 3 more months to run him in this race. And he's got to have this kind of relaxation, this kind of time, because we want to do Dubai, and that's going to another country in 35 days. So we wanted him to be as fresh as he possibly could be. And right now, so far, it's worked out.
And added interest through Saudi Arabia as well. Prince Faisal's bought into the horse, and he'll carry his colours here on Saturday, which must be an extra sort of special layer for you coming here.
We went to his palace the other night, had a ball. I am just so excited.
And how excited is the Prince as well, having a horse like this coming here to represent him?
Well, he was asking a bunch of questions about the white horse, and I was answering them. And I loved it, man. I loved it. I really did. I've been wanting to do this all my life, training for these kind of people, having this kind of horse. This is what excites me.
And how much attention have you paid to the rest of the field and the opposition? Because it looks on paper probably the best Saudi Cup we've had since it was first staged 5 years ago.
Well, I haven't paid attention to any of them, to tell you the truth. I just feel that if he's on his game and he runs his race, he's going to be tough to beat. And this race, this 1.125 1 turn, I feel is, if he would to wake up in the morning and we would ask him, hey, babe, how far, what do you want to do for a $20 million race? He would say, make it a 1.125 around 1 turn. That's what he would say. So we really feel that we have an advantage.
Okay. Well, up to the floor. Any questions for Rick, please? We'll pass you a microphone around. Mikey?
I know you prefer to have a lot of timing and more timing between the races, whether it's a horse angle or a sheets angle, whatever it is, to have enough time. And considering beyond this race, the World Cup after this, how does, not only probably does he have to win for you to go, but does he have to win easy enough for you to come back in 5 weeks?
if he wins the race and some other horse makes him get down on his belly, we're going to have to adjust things and see how things go and see how he is after the race. If he leaves some feed for 4 or 5 days, you know, then we're going to have to keep thinking harder and harder to see if we really want to go do this to maybe expose him to where he gets beat. I don't know about that kind of stuff. I can only take one day at a time, one thing at a time. Right now, we're all in here with this race. I mean, my God, this is a $20 million race, so we are all in. Everybody keeps asking me, Rick, when you're flying out? I have no idea. I'm just all into this race, and after the race, we'll just have to see and pick up on things. We would love to go to Dubai. I mean, we're here. You know, we're so excited to do something like that, but it's going to be up to him. And you know, I want him to have an easy race here. I shouldn't be saying that because, like you guys say, there's so many good horses coming here. How are we expecting to have an easy race? The way that I'm hoping is we have a really good horse, and he is on it. So that's how I'm hoping for it. You know, IRAD's going to come in. We're going to have a little chat. Our main goal is to win, and our second main goal is to save horse for his next race. So if we can get those things done, we're going to be excited going to Dubai.
Anybody else? Yeah, one more down here.
Hello, I'm from Japan. Last year, Breeders' Cup Classic is great race, and many Japanese watching last year Breeders' Cup Classic, and this week Saudi Cup, many Japanese watching. We hope White Avario run great race with Japanese horse. What do you think about Japanese horse? Be careful.
Which one? I mean, I got so many of them. Which Japanese horse?
Belma Sotogake, Ushibate Soro, Lemon Pop.
Is that the one that was like second choice in the race, or is that the one that finished second?
Domo Sotogake was second to you in the
he was
Breeders' Cup,
second.
wasn't he? Yeah.
Well, I mean, that horse ran big. He ran big in that race. I was looking at him. I looked at the two Japanese horses in the thing, and I thought that the other one had a much better chance of running a bigger race just because of the appearance. But man, I was wrong. And that horse ran huge. To run down a barrier like that at the end, he ran a big race. Very big race. I can't tell you that we're afraid of him, but I can tell you that, you know, if he runs that big again, it might be those two coming down to the wire again.
Yeah, and talking to some of the Japanese this week, he'd been off since the Kentucky Derby. They're thinking he could improve again this year, the second from the Breeders' Cup.
Well, anything is possible, you know. I believe that a lot of these horses are true two-turn horses, and our horse is not.
Yeah.
He can go 7/8 and 22. He can go a mile and 33 around one turn. So I really think we have an advantage because our horse is so quick, so nimble, so handy. All you got to do is, IRAD doesn't even have to tell him what to do. When he looked over, it seemed like the horse just went out there to the outside. You could see IRAD go like that, and then he had the race in his pocket. So I think that when the last time that White Avario ran, when I was with him all day, he was back in his stall, and he wasn't saying a word. That is not him. And I'm saying, oh my gosh, what is going on now? So I learned that this horse went into a zone. And when you see IRAD come out into the paddock, that kid is in a zone. So these two guys together are going to be tough to beat.
Okay. Any more questions? Tom?
Every American trainer will have their own opinion on things, but I think it's clear that Japan takes the Saudi Cup very seriously. The number of horses they've entered and the number of winners they've had at this meeting. How serious are the Americans taking the Saudi Cup meeting, the other races as well as the Saudi Cup in general now?
Well, I'm an American, and we are taking this race very seriously. Every stone, we're everything. We are just all in. I haven't talked to the other trainers about how they're handling their horses. I kind of just, here minding our own business. And we're minding it very well because our horse is doing very, very good. But we are very serious about this race.
And Rick, with the big winners you've had back in America, where would a Saudi Cup victory sit amongst your career?
On top.
Yeah?
Yeah, on top. I'd rather win this race than any race in the world.
Well, we wish you all the best with that on Saturday. Give him a warm hand, ladies and gentlemen. Rick Dutrow, all the best for Saturday.
Thank you. Thank you so much.